Hey, everybody, it's Monday night. It's Always Bookin Comedy. We got Dwayne Duke from Cleveland, Ohio, joining us. How exciting. How you doing tonight, bud?
I am doing all right. It's a Monday in Cleveland, and we're in the
Okay.
middle of winter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Red Solo Cup, winner. Here we go. What's new? What's going on in 2026? We're wrapping up the first quarter. What are you excited about these days?
I'm excited for baseball to come back. That's what I'm excited for.
Okay. Are you a
Yeah,
spring training guy? Are you a Guardians
I'm
fan?
actually going to my very first spring training game this weekend.
Where does Cleveland, is it for the Guardians? Is that who you're a
Yeah,
fan of? Okay.
yeah. We train in Goodyear, Arizona, so I will be.
Okay, an Arizona team. All right. Well, you might get the Rockies. The Rockies are down there. Uh,
Yeah, we play them. We play them a lot actually. So in
okay,
spring training, and
cool.
then like once
Have you
throughout
been
the
to
summer.
Coors Field in
No, but
Denver?
it's on the to-do list. Hopefully this summer I will get a chance to check it out.
Okay.
I'm doing a very informal tour while I try and write a new hour. Where I go this year, I'm just going to baseball games and hopping on shows and whatever
That is
happens.
so fun.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Oh,
Um,
it's going to make no money, but
yeah,
they love
well,
me.
that's most of comedy.
Yeah, that
At
is
least you'll be
unfortunately
having fun doing it. That's pretty exciting. How are
yeah.
the Guardians looking this year?
We're gonna be middle of the pack.
Okay. Okay.
It's gonna be it's a weird year. We're coming off of the death of an owner and a 2-year betting scandal. So
Okay. Okay. Sounds like the beginning of a Apple TV series in the
oh
making.
yeah, no. In the '90s, Charlie Sheen would have been coming in to be a pitcher for
There you
this.
go.
We'll get
Nice.
Jacob Elordi or something now. I don't.
Yeah. What have you ever been to a visiting city to do comedy before and seen a baseball game, or is this all brand new?
I have tried a few times, and all three times I was supposed to do it in Pittsburgh, the day game got rained out.
That's hilarious. That's kind
And
of
I was like,
cool. I didn't really think about that. In baseball, you can go to a day game and still perform that night.
yeah.
Huh.
Unfortunately, it's been, oh, I'm here for the day game, and now it's rained out.
Yeah. Bummer. But you got a spot or you did some shows out
Yeah,
there in Pittsburgh?
so did the show. I was there producing my festival last year, and I was like, oh, I'll catch a game, and then I'll like go to a meeting, and then I'll do the show. It was a 1 o'clock game, so I had time. And then it was
Yeah.
like 3 o'clock, and there was a foot of water around my car, and I was like, I'm not going to this.
Right. Yeah. Do you happen to know Learn More Jonasi?
I know the name. I don't know that we've
He's a
met.
Zimbabwean comic who moved to Pittsburgh. He got on America's Got Talent, made it all. He did Vail Comedy Festival. That's how I met him. And we did
Yeah,
some Zoom shows back during the pandemic. He's super funny. And I think he was in Pittsburgh. He might have moved to LA. I have no idea where he is these days. But anyways,
yeah.
um,
LA. If I
tell me
was
about your
10 years
festival.
younger, I would move to LA.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of LA. Do you go out there to do comedy much?
No, never. Just I hate being cold, and
Oh, okay. More a
as
weather
poor as I
thing.
would have to be to like
Well,
make it in
Arizona,
LA.
Arizona is a good. This is a good segue into a question from North Carolina. Are your gigs booked, or will you figure it out when you get to Arizona?
This weekend I have nothing booked because it's a 1 o'clock game. I'm driving in from Vegas, and then I'm driving back that night to catch a flight home.
Oh, okay. So, going to be pretty tricky. So for the spring training, but I guess you could go back if they
Yeah.
played
When I
Diamondbacks
go
or
back
something.
this summer, I'll try and get something scheduled. It's been very free flow. Like the last year or so, I've been more focused on producing than performing, which
Okay.
you know it
How's that
it's
going?
two sides of the
You like
coin.
it?
Yeah. I produced the festival, and then winter happened, and now we're in March. This was a long, hard winter. I'm in talks right now about producing a new series of shows. Actually, before we got started, I was sending a follow-up email with the new venue. So
Okay. And so did you say you run a festival in Pittsburgh, but you live in
uh,
Cleveland?
it travels every year. Midwest Queer. So it started in Ohio, and then the last 7 years I've moved it every time I do the festival, I'd move it to a different city.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
fascinating. What was your motivation, and has that worked well for you? It sounds like it has.
The motivation was I can get the same talent pool, and instead of going, all right, I'm gonna bring you guys back to the same city, I can
Yeah,
move the city and introduce the same talent pool to a different audience.
that's cool. Yeah, that's a great idea. I do a similar, I have a festival in October that I kind of based on Rogue Island Comedy Festival, which is
Yeah.
a 3 night festival, and all 3 nights are in different towns. So they
Wow.
basically can have the same acts, and it's easy to sell tickets. It's genius. They sell a lot of tickets because it's like a 1 night festival in that town, but every town is, 20-minute drive apart or half an hour drive apart, something like that. So the comics come in for 3 nights and they bounce around these towns. I don't, personally, I don't think it's quite as fun as a festival where everything is, really close together and you get more like camaraderie amongst the comedians. But
Yeah.
from a business perspective, it's genius. It's really smart. And so the October festival I run is one of the easiest things I do. It's great. Just want to say hi to everybody who's tuned in online. We're working comedians. If you have any questions, just type them in. We will answer them. Uh, so, what's been your favorite city outside of Ohio?
To produce in,
Hmm.
Louisville was really fun.
I've heard
Crazy
that's a great
story.
comedy scene.
Yeah, it was really fun, but they used to do a zombie day where
Okay.
the main strip where my comedy club, where my club was, gets shut down because they're doing a zombie walk, and it's like 5,000 people just out in zombie makeup, and there's no getting anywhere. And when I was producing the festival, I was asking a bunch of questions like, "Oh, what's going on that weekend? Do we have anything coming up?" And everyone had forgotten about it because it's something that everyone forgets about.
That's brutal.
Um, I started the festival during Trump's first term, and he managed to interrupt the festival 3 years in a row, which is
How
very.
run us
It's
through the cities? How was that possible?
so in Columbus, he decided last minute that he was going to come to town at rush hour on a Friday
Okay.
for a dinner, for a fundraising dinner. So that shut down the highway, and one of my venues was on one side of the city, and one of my venues was on the other side. And in the middle, there was a major metropolitan rush hour and the president.
Brutal.
And then we moved it to then I moved it to Louisville the next year, and I was like, I'm doing all this planning, and the first night of the festival, three of my comics got locked down in their hotel because the president dropped in town to give a speech that he hadn't announced until like the day before.
Wow.
And so it was like, oh, cool. And then year three was 2020.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah. Everything was
yeah.
locked down. What's the name of your festival?
It started as Midwest Queer. It's now MQC Fest.
MQC. Okay. Nice. Cool. Do folks come from all over to the Midwest? The
Yeah,
comedians, I mean?
yeah. We've let's see. The furthest I've had someone come out was from Hawaii.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
I've had a couple Canadians come down. A lot of Chicago, a lot of New York, a lot of Boston.
Okay.
Um, some a little bit of the South. You know, a lot of Midwest, Michigan, and some Ohio comics tossed in there for fun.
Okay.
It's a really great time. I get to meet some really fun comics. We hang out. It's half summer camp, half comedy festival.
Okay. That's
Um,
cool.
there are days when I'm like, "Oh, this is the stupidest thing I've ever done," and then there are some nights when a show is packed out. I will say that with it being a niche festival, it is a lot harder to sell tickets.
Hmm.
Um,
What do you
and
do to try and market the ticket sales?
so 25, we tried all kinds of things, and I don't know what happened. 25, like I was like, are people just not seeing this? There was like a communication breakdown between me and my marketing, and it was possibly one of the most fun festivals. But I had a venue that 3 of the 4 shows had less than six people there, and I was like,
Oh
I
no.
this sucks.
Yeah.
And you know,
You're never
it's
good when the
partially the weekend.
comics outnumber the audience.
Yeah, yeah, that's painful. But then we went out and we had a good time that night, and you know, dusted off and did the next day, and everyone got really great photos from those shows.
Okay.
So um,
So
it was a
online, which is half as important, I guess, it looked
yeah.
like it was a great time.
The venue looked amazing.
Yeah.
The venue was good. The lineup was good. The sound and lighting were immaculate. Just the audience didn't show up,
Yeah.
and that happens.
Do you sell
Which
individual show tickets or do you have passes?
So I do single show tickets. I sell tickets 3 ways. You can buy it as a solo just for one person. You can buy it as a date night, and that's for 2 people, or you can buy it as a throuple, and that's for three. Then there's the
Do you get a
single night, the
discount
single,
as you like a volume discount as you buy more?
yeah. So the throuple ticket is like twice the price of a single, and like I think
Okay.
the date night is like a ticket and a half.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, it sounds fun," and, it gets you in the mind, "Oh, we're going out for date night. This is gonna be a thing
Yeah.
we do."
That's clever.
And then there's, just a single show. You can do an entire night or you can do the entire festival.
Okay. Cool.
And, uh, some people really they're like, "I wish I had the time for the whole festival, but I'm gonna buy the festival pass to support this."
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
And sometimes you're
What do
like,
you
"Oh,
have plans for 2026 already?
I believe I'm gonna be in hiatus this year. It's already
Okay.
March and I don't have a venue, and I'm working on getting back on the road and performing more.
Okay.
And,
What's your dream city?
Chicago is my great white whale for this fest
Okay.
because it's arguably the capital of the Midwest.
Sure.
A lot of the rest of our cities disagree, but yeah, it's arguably the capital of the Midwest. It's
Yeah.
a huge city. It's got a great built-in fan base. Public transportation is amazing. I can put comics up. Uh, it's There are always direct flights to Chicago,
Yeah.
and that's crazy important. There's also a huge talent pool there already.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
That would be fun. What's the biggest city you have done so far?
I would say Columbus would be the biggest city because
Okay.
it's been Cleveland,
Okay.
Columbus,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh,
It's a
Louisville.
college town. I would think that would sell pretty well.
Yeah, it's a college town. It's our capital. When you're in Columbus, Ohio, you are within 6 hours driving distance of 53% of the United States population.
Is that true?
Yeah.
That's a
Um,
great fact. That's incredible.
uh, Columbus has more. Columbus is a better microcosm of the United States than DC is. Because
I
it's
think
it's
I've
in the
heard
middle.
this before in the context of like fast casual restaurants are
Yeah,
constantly being like tested in, I can't
it
remember
is
if it
a
was
test market
Columbus.
for a ton of things. If you want to try new fast food, go to Columbus. White Castle is still in Columbus.
Yeah. You're a
So yeah,
Midwest
I
guy. White Castle's a Midwest thing. Are you Midwest? Are you a White Castle fan?
I get it when it is 1 in the morning and I'm
Yeah.
not ready to go to bed.
Yeah. I think
Um,
I can't remember if I've ever even had it. I think once or
it's
twice, maybe.
for me. So there's a few restaurants and you know this thing on the road. There's a few places you go and you're like, I'm only going to get this because I don't even really want this, but I'm in the city, so I have to do it.
Right. Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
White
Well, for me,
Castle,
that's
like
what is
Cookout.
it? Five Skyline Chili in Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, we have
Yeah. Yeah.
Cincinnati. Yeah,
It's pretty good,
White
actually.
Castle. It's just like Cookout. Like I don't really
Okay.
want it, but I'm
Yeah.
passing
Cookout
one,
is
and
gross. That's down in Atlanta, right?
yeah, it's that's
I mean, it's
southern.
not
Like
gross. It's just, it's inexpensive fast food. It is
it's
what it
not
is. It
great.
serves a purpose.
Yeah, it does.
But
It definitely serves a purpose.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
the only time I've ever been booed on stage is I was in North Carolina, and I hadn't even really started telling jokes yet. I was just, like, doing that warm-up thing where you, like, talk about your day and, like, how you got to stage, and I made fun of Bojangles, and they took such offense. And I was like, "Guys, it's awful. You don't have to pretend with me. This
Is
is
that like
terrible."
Wichita, Kansas? Where is that? I feel like I've been there.
Bojangles is North Carolina. It's, like, North and South Carolina, some
Oh,
Atlanta, like,
maybe
some
I haven't been
Georgia.
there. I'm not
I don't
sure.
think it's in Tennessee.
Oh,
It's
we got North Carolina here. Bojangles. North Carolina weighing
hey,
in.
friend from North Carolina, I'm gonna look at your hands when I say this. Bojangles is KFC that can fight, but it is still unseasoned.
Is it a chicken place or is it burgers?
Yeah. Yeah, it's chicken. It's
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 chicken.
it's
Okay.
KFC, it's Popeyes. It's that whole, you know, two piece
We
and a
got
biscuit
breaking news
kind
from
of.
North Carolina for you, Dwayne. It is gross.
It is. It is not good.
Who would guess that with a
But
name
yeah,
like Bojangles?
yeah. So I got booed on
You can't
stage
name
for
a
making
fast
fun of
food
both.
place after a cat.
Yeah, that was the only time I've ever been booed in 15 years.
Oh,
So
geez. That's crazy. So talk to me about building an hour. You're trying to build a new hour. Was your last hour, did you put it out on an album?
I've recorded. I love how I cuss well.
Sorry, do you want to see that?
Yeah, it does. I've
Very baby.
recorded an hour that has not been released. I recorded
Okay.
it like late 21, 22, but
Okay.
it's like there were problems with the production, and then I was going to record again, and then there were problems with the production, and it was like this hour is so old at this not old. It's just it's not what
Yeah.
I feel like doing anymore,
Yeah.
and it doesn't feel fresh to do it.
Okay.
So, now building an hour is like, what's going on in the world? What's going on in my world? Like, I wrote that when I was, 29, 30, and now I'm 37. So it's not quite who I am anymore.
Yeah.
And there are bits of it that just like the world has changed so much. I used to talk about being on Twitter and like enjoying being on Twitter. And
Yeah. Sure.
I'm not replacing Twitter with the word thread.
Right. So when you go out to build your new hour, do you do like a portion of the old hits and then weave in new stuff, or what's the strategy?
So I'm more of a storyteller than like set up punchline. So
Okay.
if I'm closing the show or if I'm doing like 30 or more, I'll tell like two big stories to fill the block, and then in the middle I'll weave in some newer things. And if something happened to me recently and I'm like, I have to do it. Like the night I wrote so I tell a story about performing at a prison, and the night I started telling that joke was the day it had happened. Like I did a prison show at like 2 in the afternoon, and by 7 o'clock I had a show that night somewhere else, and I was talking about doing a prison.
Right.
And, you know, the first night it wasn't great. I think I gave it like 2 minutes just to like get all the thoughts out of my head while I was recording and seeing what sounded like a punchline then. And then I took it off, I kept it in like the writing stage and the open mic stage for a few weeks, and then I like brought it back out.
Nice. That's cool. What was
That's
the
a lot
prison
of it.
like? Did you feel, were you scared going to the prison?
No, it was daytime, like,
Okay.
and I knew I was getting out. Um, it was it was wild. I brought 7 guys with me, and we tried to do like an hour and a half, and it was like, I don't want to say it wasn't fun. It was a whole experience. It was like,
Okay.
oh, we are in like a medium security prison right now. And it was like their recreation day.
Okay.
So it was just like a field day at an elementary school. There were inflatables, and at one point, prisoners started leaving the end of the comedy show. And I turned to the warden and I go, "What's going on?" And he goes, "Oh, we're serving cake and ice cream." And I was like,
Hard to compete with that.
yeah. There were dudes who were just like working out next to the stage, like not even 30 feet off the stage. They were working out because
Yeah.
where they had built this stage for, or had set up the stage for us with the mic and and a backdrop. And
Yeah.
I was just like, so you guys are like, "Oh, I'm not gonna miss leg day for you."
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's
Impressive. I
hilarious.
mean, yeah. So
That's
we
funny.
did like none of the comics I was with separated. We like I was like, we're not going to do is leave me by myself."
Have you done a weirder gig than that?
Prison. I've done colleges. I worked for a cruise line for a little while. Um, I Are you on Gig Salad at all?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get a lot of weird. I
Yeah.
just booked a bachelorette party.
I get those messages and I look at them and I go, I'm 100% not doing that. And
I got one
and there,
today on a competitor to them, and
mhm.
it was a 9 hour drive. I won't say where because I don't want to out it, but it was for a 200-person nutrition conference, and it was, I think, an hour of performing. Maximum budget $700. And I was like, I,
Oh
I
wow.
didn't see that at first, and in my head I was like, well, I'm thinking like $1,500. I could probably get down to. I'd like to get more, but I usually start at like $10 a person is like a nice, uh,
Mhm.
way to get started. Do you think about it like dessert or whatever? It's an expense for the organizer. Then I was like,
Yeah.
I'll cut the price a little bit because there's a club near this place that I like to work. And I was like, I could probably add a weekend. Also, it was on a Tuesday, which is super weird, uh, which is better. On a Tuesday, I'm more likely to do a gig. And I was like, well, maybe I can get a club weekend and then I'll just stick around the Monday, kill some time. I'll do the gig Tuesday. And then I realized I'm in a different state that week. Like I couldn't even make it. But at some point in there, I saw their budget of $700 and I was like, this is not, there's no way I can make that work. I can't, I can't drive 9 hours, get a hotel, do the show and drive
Especially if you're
back.
coming from somewhere else. I That's the hardest thing about touring now. I During lockdown I got bougie and I was like, I need a bed at least 6 nights a week. I like
Yeah.
I can't I was living essentially in my car for 5 years on the road, and it was fun. It was great. I've started to get older and I need a
Yeah.
bed, and
I still
I
don't mind. I
need the
sleep in my
guaranteed
car.
pay, and
Yeah. I mean, I'm
like I
not
don't
saying like
mind
if
napping.
I was on the road, I would for sure do a gig for $10 and a soda. It's all situational. This is like months in the future. I'm going to block
Yeah.
my calendar. It's like a very different, it's a very different vibe than, oh, I'm going
Oh,
to
it's
a
a totally
baseball
different.
game and I just want to get some stage time. you know.
Yeah. So this summer it's bits and balls, and
What are
I've
you most
got, let's
excited
see.
about? Which what stadium
Um,
and or market to perform in?
Most excited to go. So there's a day that I'm gonna try and do where I do two games in the same day in San Francisco. San Francisco and Sacramento. The stadium's about an hour apart from each other. They used to be 10 minutes, but then the A's messed
Fun.
around and was like, nah.
Yeah.
Um,
You did in New
I
York
don't think
City
there's a
too.
market. Yeah,
The
New
Yankees.
York will be fine. Yeah, like New York will be fine. Chicago will be fine. Those will be easy. Cleveland and Cincinnati, Detroit and Pittsburgh are all easy. There's nowhere that it's like not. I think Houston will be the most exciting one because I'll drop in and see what I can get on. Because it's Dallas and Houston, that'll be the same trip.
Okay.
Seattle is going to be great.
Do you drive or do you
I
fly?
don't think I've ever actually. I am crazy bougie now. I have the Frontier Flight Pass. I'm doing that. It's
Okay.
uh,
So you
it's a
can
lot
fly.
of nights in
How does that
Denver.
work? You just fly for
Yeah,
free, basically. You bought the pass and now you can go for a whole year.
I bought the pass, and it's like a discount on regular flights, but
Okay.
there's usually a layover somewhere,
Okay.
which is fun. But the layovers are usually Denver or Atlanta. So if
Okay.
it's in Denver and I can figure it out, I'm just gonna go to Rockies games because they're right there.
Sure. All
The
right.
layover is only like 6 hours.
I got one last question about baseball, and then
Well,
we'll start winding this down a little bit. Do you have a hookup on tickets? Like, what's your go-to strategy? Do you wait to the last second? Do you buy them way in advance? Are you StubHub guy? Like, what's your strategy?
um, honestly, I look on there and I see what the cheapest ticket is, and I get that because I almost
You just
never
want to
use
be
my
in the
seat.
stadium.
Yeah, I want to be in a stadium. I walk around, I see things.
Yeah.
Um, I would much rather get a better deal on food than the ticket.
Okay.
There are a couple stadiums this year that are adding all you can eat passes, and
Whoa.
yeah, that's happening. Like Cincinnati has one. It's like $25, and it's all you can eat for, you know, I think you have to wait like 10 minutes, and you can only take like 2 hot dogs at a time.
Right. All right. So I actually have one more baseball question to bring it full circle back to food. What restaurant are you most excited to visit as part of this tour? And may I
Ooh.
suggest, as you're thinking about this, Casa Bonita in the Denver area would be a great option. Very fun, exciting.
Um, I've heard nothing but terrible things about the
It got
ownership
way
there.
better. The South Park people bought it and put like $10 million into it, and it's way
Yeah,
better
but like,
post.
aren't didn't they have like a huge strike last year where they weren't paying their staff?
Yeah, they got
And
some union challenges. One of the comics in Denver works there, and he's a big union guy. And I think he's like, I wouldn't say he's like anti. He's trying to make things better there. But
okay.
that's a fair point. Fair point. Okay, so they're out. That's okay. What do you got?
Um, when I go to Florida, I'm looking forward to going to a restaurant from when I was in college. It's called Tijuana Flats. When I am in Missouri, I'm gonna get barbecue.
Nice.
Gonna eat a lot of Mexican in Arizona and California.
Yep.
Um, Pizza in Chicago and New York, and just all the hot
Sounds
dogs.
really fun. Are you documenting this somewhere?
I'm so excited.
Where can people follow along with this adventure?
I'm on Instagram at Funny Dwayne.
Funny Dwayne,
Instagram at Funny Dwayne.
Dwayne.
I I yep,
Nice. That's
like
awesome.
real
And
funny
where can
Dwayne.
people find your festival if it comes back or when it comes back?
um, Instagram at MQC Fest.
Okay, MQC Fest. Awesome.
That's the best place to find everything these days. I
Cool.
used to do so much through Facebook, and now it's all moved to Instagram.
Got it. Anything else you want to share before we wrap this up?
Let's see. I'm back on the road starting next week. It's a light schedule for this year so far, but we'll see what it looks like.
Where are you
I'm
going?
down to come to your city. Yeah. Next week I am in Colorado Springs at Looney's, doing the dark hour on the 12th.
Nice.
And then I am, God, where am I? I am in Los Angeles in May.
Okay.
May 12th through like 12th through like the 16th, I think, or it's something like that.
Funny Dwayne,
I share dates.
We'll have all the dates.
Yeah, I have a whole tab. It says dates, and I try to push shows.
Nice.
Yeah, just this past year, it's been more production. So come to Cleveland. I'll show you guys around.
Okay. Dwayne, thanks a lot. Stick around for a second. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Come back next Monday. We'll see you.